Good morning, Mami and Bagis. We are presenting walking gallery with together with my members. And our topic is historical development perspective evolution of social welfare in the Philippines. So, ano nga ba ang social welfare in the Philippines? Ang social welfare sa Philippines daw ay itinalaga na unang ginawa ng gobyerno ang welfare agency. Ang first na ginawa daw nila ay yung pag-services daw sa mga bata na deaf at saka normal school. Ang prehistorical period, ang social welfare sa panahon ng prehistoric period ay nakatuon daw lamang sa pag-aalaga ng bawat isa o kaligtasan ng ekonomiya. So, ang binibigyan lang nila ng pansin ang social welfare sa dating panahon ng prehistorical ay yung pag-aalaga ng mga kaligtasan ng bawat isang tao. Noong 1565, itinatag ni Don Miguel Lopez de Legazpi ang unang ospital sa Cebu upang tumutulong sa mga sugatan at mga biktima ng may mga sakit. Si Don Miguel ay kauna-unahang naging governor sa Pilipinas at isa siyang Kastila. At 1882, itinatag ang Hospicio de San Jose upang matuluyan ng mga matatanda at ulila. May mga kapansanan sa pag-iisip at mga kabataang lalaki na nangangailangan ng reforma, ngunit nililimitahan lamang ang pagpasok sa mga bata dahil pinaampon daw nila ito or pinapatrabaho kung sila ay may kaya na kaya na nila maghanap ng trabaho. 1885 ang Asilo de San Jose Vicente de Paul, isang asylum para sa mga batang babae na itinatag upang alukin sila ng pang-edukasyon, yung parang pinapaaral sila. At sila rin ang halimbawa pag nagpaaral sila, kapag tapos sila ay sila yung ginagawang mga teacher sa isang kapwa nila na hindi marunong mag-aaral o yung gina-assign sila sa mga bilanggo para daw yung mga bilanggo ay marunong din magbasa or parang bibigyan sila ng disiplina o tuturuan siya kung anong dapat magandang gawing asal.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Before I start to my topic, I want to introduce myself. I'm Hamina A. Kadil from Sharif Agak, Maguindanao. My topic is all about the American period in the Philippine history of social welfare. The American period, the period of American rule in 1898-1946, saw the further development of charitable provision but also the gradual extension on public coordination and provision of welfare services. The social welfare in 1968 Republic Act 5416, known as Social Welfare Act of 1968, created the Department of Social Welfare. The American period, the first government operate as a welfare agency and an initial step in child welfare services was set up since January 1917. The American government created the Public Welfare Board with the passage of Legislative Act No. 2510, essentially to coordinate the welfare activities of various existing charitable organization. and February 5, 1915. 1899, American occupied the country and introduced a new educational system, new health methods, and religious freedom. In 1921, Office of the Public Welfare Commissioners was created. In absorbed the function of the Public Welfare Board, which will charge with coordinating and intensifying the activities of child welfare organization and agencies, was unable to cope with the mounting problems in the health field, which was manifested by the high infant mortality rate in the second decade of the century. 1922, the Office of the Public Welfare Commissioners prepared solicitation forms which is required the public to demand of any person appealing for the donations and charities. This was done to protect the public and organizations from unscrupulous persons collecting funds. This practice, however, was not legally sanctioned until 1933. In 1924, the Associated Charities has become independent agency under the supervision of the Public Welfare Commissioners and was partly financed by the government and partly by private contributions. The Philippine Legislature passed a law, Philippine Legislative Act 3203, relating to the care and providing probation officers for them. In 1933, the administration of social welfare in the Philippines was marked by the significant development when Frank Murphy, this is Frank Murphy, became the Governor General. Scholarships grant for professional training in social work in the United States were made available. The legislature appropriate fund for the operation of government child and maternal health centers, which were established in very town with at least 2,000 populations. And thank you.
Siya si Josefa Zara Martinez. Sino nga ba si Josefa Zara Martinez? Si Josefa Zara Martinez ay ang una at pangunguna sa professional social worker sa bansa. Nakakuha siya ng diploma sa social work noong 1921. Nagtrabaho siya para sa paglikha ng Public Welfare Board, ang hinalinhan ng modernong panahong DSWD, kung saan sinimulan niyang ipakilala ang siyentipikong diskarte sa gawaing panlipunan. Lumaki siya sa La Paz, Iloilo at kabilang sa isa sa mga mayayamang pamilya noong panahong iyon. Hindi nagtagal, naging pioneer siyang social worker na naglilingkod sa mga mahihirap at tukha. Magiliw na tinawag ng mami ng mga kaibigan at kasama sa kurso ng kanyang mahaba at mabungang profesional na buhay. Nagsuot siya ng maraming sombrero, guro, ina, libro, mayakda, social worker, kampiyon ng mga karapatan ng kababaihan at mga bata, suffragette, community development worker, institution, at pambansang tagapagpatayo.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Delgan Haron. I'm first year BS Social Work Set A. So this topic for today is the Japanese occupation. Social worker activities during the period of consisted mainly in giving medical care and treatment, as well as food and clothing to the wounded soldier personnel and civilians. So, about sa Japanese occupation, for my research is dito sa Japanese occupation ay tinutukoy dito ang mga tungkol sa mga pangangailangan sa Japanese. Mas priority nila ang mga pagbibigay o pagtulong sa mga soldier o sundalo. At dito sa atin, ito ay yung halimbawa nito is DSWD, for example, yung pagkakaroon ng feeding program para sa makatulong sa mga nangangailangan. Ito yung pagbibigay ng tulong, pagbibigay ng mga medical at gamot. Kasama na rin dito yung mga pagkain at kagamitan. Pero ang una nilang mas priority talaga ay yung mga kasundaluhan. Kasunod naman yung mga preso or mga bilanggo at civilian dahil sa panahon noon kadalasan ng pagkakaroon ng war o digmaan dito sa bansa. So yun lang po yung example ko sa the Japanese occupation. So thank you po ma'am.
The Past Warrior. 1946, the Bureau of Public Welfare reopened but lack of fund limit its operation. So noong 1946 is binuksan nila ang Bureau of Public Welfare kaya nga lang kulang ang kanilang mga pondo at nililimitan lang ang mga operasyon ng kanilang ginagawa. October 4, 1947, the Bureau became the Social Welfare Commission and was placed under the office of the President. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko is nililimitan din nila ang kanilang mga operasyon at kulang ang kanilang mga pondo. Kaya noong October 4, 1947 ay inayos nila ito para sa magandang program para sa kapakanan ng mga tao. August 1948, President Quirino created the President Action Committee on Social Amelioration. It is a comprehensive program of health, education, welfare, agriculture, public works, and financing. So, sino nga ba si President Quirino? Ang buong pangalan ni President Quirino ay si Elpidio Rivera Quirino. Isa siyang Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the 6th President of the Philippines from 1948 to 1953. Si President Quirino ang nag-create ng social amelioration gaya ng program of health, education, welfare, agriculture, public works, and financing. So, ano nga ba yung program of health? Program is health. Ito yung mga programa para sa mga kalusugan natin. At ang education is programa nito para sa mga libreng mag-aaral. And welfare is ito yung mga programa sa mga DSWD, yung mga nangangailangan ng mga tulong. Ang agriculture, ito naman yung para sa mga magsasaka. And another one is public works. Ito yung mga yung pinapagawa niyang mga highway like building nakakailanganin ng mga tao, and financing na nagpupondo din siya ng mga pera niya para sa kapakanan ng mga tao. So, 1946, the United Nations International Children Emergency Fund or UNICEF was created by the United Nations General Assembly to further maternal and child health in economically underdeveloped countries. And another one is 1948. UNICEF became active in the Philippines, establishing basic healthcare service to mother and children, consisting of medical care, feeding program, and health education. So, ano nga ba ang UNICEF? Ang UNICEF ay United Nations International Children Emergency Fund or mas tinatawag na UNICEF. So, medical care. Ano nga ba yung mga medical care? Medical care, ito yung mga pag-check up. Then, another one is feeding program. Yung mga nagpapasuso ng ito yung mga pagpapasuso sa mga bata na inabandona or iniwan ng kanilang mga magulang, and health education. Ito yung mga kalusugan ng mag-aaral para mas magpursige pa ang mag-aaral. On January 3, 1951, the Social Welfare Commission and the President Action Committee on Social Amelioration were fused into one agency called the Social Welfare Administration.
My topic is all about the Social Welfare Administration Division of Public Assistance. Assistance was given as material aid like food, financial aid, transportation aid, medical aid, institutional care, and work relief. Service was rendered in the form of rehabilitation services and administration and supervision of rehabilitation projects and workshops. Child Welfare Division. Casework and guidance services for children are under this unit. Division on Rural Welfare. This was created by Administrative Order No. 7 on September 5, 1951. It deals with the mounting social problems in rural areas. Self-help became the underlying philosophy for rural community development projects.
5. Republic Act 4373, an act to regulate the practice of social work and the operation of social work agency in the Philippines. The law requires completion of our Bachelor of Science in Social Work degree, 1,000 hours of supervised field practice, and the passing of
September 8, 1976, the Department of Social Welfare became the Department of Social Service and Development, shifting emphasis from the traditional, often institution-based social welfare to community-oriented programs and services. Noong September 8, 1976, ang Department of Social Welfare ay binago at naging Department of Social Service and Development. Ito ay inilipat mula sa traditional papuntang institution-based. Ang traditional na gawain ng social work ay may dalawang paraan. Ito ay ang primary at secondary. Ang primary ay ginagawa ito sa pamamagitan ng grupo at pumupunta sila sa lugar para mag-survey. Tinatanong ang mga respondent bawat isa kung ano ang kani-kanilang problema. Ang secondary naman ay ito ang tugon nila sa problema ng respondent. Samantala, ang institution-based ay gumagawa na sila ng programa na tutugon sa problema ng mga respondent sa isang lugar na kung saan ito ay binase nila sa kanilang research. June 2, 1978, President Marcos issued Presidential Decree No. 1397 converting department into ministry, thus the Ministry of Social Service and Development. The organization, structure, and function and programs remain the same. The 60s and 70s marked the existence of voluntary organization and the establishment of even more agencies. Noong June 2, 1978, si President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. ay inisyo ang PD or Presidential Decree No. 1397 na naglalahad ng pag-convert ng department into ministries na kung saan ang organization, structure, function at mga programa ay pareho lang. Ibig sabihin, hindi ito binago. Ang ibig sabihin ng department into ministry ay binago lang ang pamamaraan kung paano nila makuha o mag-gather ang problema ng mga tao. Subalit, ang kanilang tungkulin ay tumutulong sa mga vulnerable people o ng mga taong mahihina na di kayang ipagdanggol ang kanilang mga sarili. Halimbawa nito ay yung mga taong naaabuso. Ang 60s at 70s ay nagsisilbing voluntaryo lamang at ng ibang establishment ng ahensya.
Ethics. The self-employment assistant was upgraded to make it more responsive. Its clients' needs case management system launches social welfare indicators monitor level of well-being of the MMSD user. Ang self-employed na tulong ay na-upgrade upang gawin ito na mas tumutugon sa mga pangailangan ng kliyente. Nito, case management system ay inilunsad ang mga social welfare indicator na sinusubaybayan ang antas ng kagalingan ng mga gumagamit sa MMSD. Meaning of MMSD is the Ministry of Social Service and Development. January 30, 1987. President Corazon C. Aquino. Signed Executive Order Number 123 recognizing MMSD and remaining it the Department of Social Welfare and Development. The department was evolving from more welfare or relief agency to a greater development task. The approach taken by the agency during this period is described as preventive and developmental, participative, and client management. January 30, 1997, President Corazon C. Aquino nilagdaan ang Executive Order Number 123, muling pagsasaayos ng MMSD at pinangailangan ito ng Departamento ng Karapatan, Panlipunan at Kaunlaran. Ang departamento ay umuunlad mula higit ng karapatan o relief agency patungo sa mga isang mas malaking gawain sa pag-uunlad. Ang diskarte na ginagawa ng ahensya sa panahon ay nilarawan bilang preventive at developmental, participative at client management.
Meaning of DSWD. DSWD stands for Department of Social Welfare and Development in the Philippines. By the names, DSWD is tasked with ensuring that people in this country have access to social service they need. This include education, healthcare, and housing. The DSWD also means to assess marginalized communities such as indigent families and women who are victims of domestic violence. Example of the DSWD program: Pangtawid Pamilya Pilipino Program, Kapit Bisig Laban sa Kahirapan, Comprehensive and Integrated Delivery of Social Service. What is the meaning of CISD? Critical Incident Stress Breathing, or CISD, is a process through which a facilitator helps a group of people work through their response to all highly stressful and traumatic event. CISD is forms of assist intervention aimed at induction that traumatic impact of an event by fostering a communication between people who went through the same experience, interest, effective camping in trauma education after the stressful event. This can help provide space to process after stressful or traumatic event occurred. A critical accident stress debriefing or ISD ay isang proseso kung saan tinutulungan ng isang facilitator
ang isang grupo ng mga tao na magtrabaho sa pamamagitan ng kanilang pagtugon ng isang napaka-stress o traumatikong kaganapan. Ang isang CISD ay isang uri ng interbisyon ng krisis na naglalayong bawasan ang traumatikong epekto ng isang kaganapan sa pamamagitan ng pagbigay at koneksyon sa pamamagitan ng taong dumaan sa parehong karanasan, pagpapataas ng epektibong pagharap at edukasyon sa trauma pagkatapos ng nakabahalang kaganapan. Makatulong ito sa pamamigay ng espasyo upang maproseso napatapos maganap ang isang nakababahalang o traumatikong kaganapan. Local Government Code of 1991 or Republic Act No. 7160. This code establishment system and defines power of provincial, city, municipal, and barangay governments in the Philippines and provided for a more response local government structure, introduced truth of system of decentralization whereby local government at units are declared more powers, authority, responsibility, and leisure. Itinatag ang kadigong ito. Ang sistemang ay tinutukoy ang mga kapangyarihan ng mga pamahalaan, panlalawigan, lungsod ng munisipyo at barangay sa Pilipinas. Nagbibigay ito ng mas tumutugon na istruktura ng lokal na pamahalaan na itinatag sa pamamagitan ng isang sistema ng desentralisasyon kung saan ang mga local government unit pinagkalooban ng mas maraming kapangyarihan, otoridad, responsibilidad at mapakunan.
Today, countless social agencies, organizations, and institutions under private sponsorship provide many different social services. NGO or non-government organizations play a very important role in supplementing the needs of the rising disadvantaged sector in our society. Sa ngayon, hindi mabilang na mga ahensya ng lipunan, organisasyon at institusyon sa ilalim ng pribadong sponsorship ay nagbibigay ng maraming iba't ibang mga serbisyong panlipunan. Ang mga NGO o non-government organization ay naglalaro ng napakahalagang papel sa pagdaragdag ng mga pangangailangan ng mga pagtaas ng mga sektor ng disadvantage sa ating lipunan. RA 4373, the Social Work Law 1967, provides that no social welfare agency shall operate and be accredited unless it shall first have registered with the Social Welfare Administration, which shall issue the corresponding certificate of registration. RA 4373, ang Batas sa Panlipunan 1967, ay nagbibigay na walang ahensya sa kapakanan ng lipunan ay dapat gumana at maging pinaniwalaan maliban kung ito ay unang nakarehistro sa pangangasiwa ng social welfare na dapat mag-issue ng nararapat na sertipiko ng pagpaparehistro. RA 4373, mga proyekto noong 1967 Republic Act 4373. Isang kumikilos upang kontrolin ang pagsasanay ng mga gawaing panglipunan at pagpapatakbo ng mga ahensya ng trabaho sa lipunan sa Pilipinas. Ang batas ay nangangailangan ng pagkumpleto ng isang Bachelor of Science in Social Work degree, 1,000 oras ng pangangasiwang field practice at ang pagpasa ng isang pagsusuri ng Board ng Pamahalaan, Social Work
para sa paglilisensya o pagpaparehistro bilang isang social worker. Ito ay ang formal na pagkilala sa panglipunang trabaho bilang isang profesyon sa Pilipinas. RA 5460, 1968 empowers the department to 1. Set standards and policies. 2. Accredit the public and private institution and organization. And 3. Coordinate government efforts in social welfare work to avoid duplication, friction, and overlapping of responsibility in social services. RA 5460, 1968 empowers ang departamento sa 1. Pagtakda ng pamantayan at patakaran. Number 2. Accredit public at pribadong institution at organisasyon. 3. Coordinate pagsisikap ng pamahalaan sa panlipunang welfare trabaho upang maiwasan ang pagkopya, alitan at pagkasanib na responsibilidad sa mga serbisyong panlipunan. RA 5460, 1968 serye ng 1968 na may karapatan sa pagbibigay ng komprehensibong serbisyong panlipunan para sa mga individual at grupo na nangangailangan ng tulong. Lumikha ng Department of Social Welfare na ipinag-uutos ang DSWD upang magtakda ng mga standard at patakaran upang masiguro ang epektibong pagpapatupad ng mga pampublikong prioridad na mga programa sa kapakanan ng lipunan at accredit institution.
Hospital. Spanish missionaries also administer hospital and orphanage. Fair Hospital was founded by Don Miguel Lopez de Legazpi in Cebu in 1565. It was transferred to Manila in 1571 and called the Hospitalito de Santa Ana in 1578. Under the supervision of Francisca, it was remained General Hospital when the American arrived. San Lazaro Hospital 1578 and San Juan de Dios Hospital 1596 are reported to have origin from this hospital. Other hospital, San Gabriel 1587, Hospital Real 1612, Nueva Cariris in Naga 1645, and the Hospital for Convalescent in Bagumbayan 1742. San Lazaro Hospital stood out and was known to have been built to house Filipino figures. It became hospital for the lepers in 1631. Ang unang ospital ay itinatag ni Don Miguel Lopez de Legazpi sa Cebu noong 1565. Ito po si Don Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Pinanganak si Don Miguel noong 1510 sa Sumaraygan, Spain. Namatay siya noong August 20, 1572.